They deserve it. They're dead. All they've got left is their looks.
Litty bros. White girl, you're a fucking wrecking ball, white girl. My world, you're coming and you're wrecking up my world. You're a fucking joy to be around. Your body is my playground. Let's play around, all night till the sun around. Then again till the sun come down. You a cold one to be around. I leave, then come back around. I love the way you smell and how you sound. White girl, you're a fucking wrecking ball, white girl. My world, you're coming and you're wrecking up my world. Blondie, you blow me away, Blondie. She wanna fly to Aspen, put on skis. Let's go, baby, on me. Little fame made you cold as ice. I'ma show you Nicky's paradise. You so soft, but you go hard. I love the way you pull my card. White girl, you're a fucking wrecking ball, white girl. My world, you're coming and you're wrecking up my world. We party hard, all night till the break of dawn. We party hard, all night till the break of dawn. All I know is we be partying, fuck around, all weekend. You know how I be, baby, getting litty, so crazy. White girl, you're a fucking wrecking ball, white girl. My world, you're coming and you're wrecking up my world. White girl, you're a wild girl. I love your style, girl. I might all over Tyler sweatshirt. You make me blush, you so hurt. White girl, you so fucking wild, girl. White girl, you so fucking wild, girl.
Top 10.
It's Fulanito's birthday, yo. We gonna have to sing happy birthday.
Thanks. It's su cumpleaños. Happy birthday. Happy you. Happy birthday. Happy.
Nah, not that one, bro. The
Why not?
other birthday song.
Okay. So, happy birthday to ya. Happy.
No,
Why
not that
not?
one either. Follow my lead, okay?
Okay.
Happy birthday, it's your birthday, yeah, happy birthday, today is D-Day, baby, yeah, happy B-Day, it's a celebration, bitches, yeah, happy birthday, surprise, happy birthday, it's your birthday, yeah, happy birthday, today is D-Day, baby, yeah, happy B-Day, it's a celebration, bitches, yeah, happy birthday, surprise. I'm flying out the day before, I'm buying out my favorite store, I'm trying on Chanel, Dior, wherever we go, I'm being a whore, we party till the break of dawn, if there's a table, I'ma jump on, I'm singing like I'm Celine Dion, what I sound like, I swallow the yawn, it's my birthday, big surprise, we taking pics, everyone smile, look me in the eyes and tell me the lies, it's my birthday, I cry and I cry if I want to, sigh if I want to, smoke the sky, get high if I want to, hum it, I want to, it's my birthday, I do what I want to. Happy birthday, it's your birthday, yeah, happy birthday, today is D-Day, baby, yeah, happy B-Day, it's a celebration, bitches, yeah, happy birthday, surprise. Happy birthday, it's your birthday, yeah, happy birthday, today is D-Day, baby, yeah, happy B-Day, it's a celebration, bitches, yeah, happy birthday, surprise, it's my birthday, bitch, I made a birthday wish, all my Santa shit, scratch it off my birthday list.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Our Perspectives. This is the 64th one. We are back, myself, Holden, Stefan,
64
Roy.
is my lucky number.
Oh, why? What makes it? Is there like a significance to it?
Nah, just well, I mean, I guess in the essence of the fact that it's it's born out of my it's just a multiple of my true lucky number, which is the number 4. And the number 4 comes from my birthday being April 4th month of the year.
Right.
Then from there, it's 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. A lucky set of numbers.
Yeah. So
Lucky
it's
number
a lucky episode.
64. Lucky number 64.
Hi, Chris. It's nice to see you back in the comments. Chris is apparently enjoying some nice, cool air conditioning, and he's snuggled up, is what I understood how his day's going. But yeah, so we're back from Puerto Rico, and we are here with another episode with y'all. And yeah, I guess we can get into it. How were you up to last week, Flacco? What did you do?
What did I do last week?
Yeah, we like to start off with our last weeks, you know.
Puerto Rico. I went on vacation with you.
Yeah, that shit was fun. So yeah, we basically did the last episode, then the following day got on a plane. Well, I got on 2 planes, and I'm not gonna lie, my ears are still feel down a little blocked from this plane stuff, and I'm not thrilled about that. I don't know how long that lasts, but that's what's going on there. But yeah, we flew down. Everyone wants vacation stories. I don't know where to start.
First off, I could give you more advice now that you say that. You should have, if you had an iPhone and you had AirPods and you had AirPods with the noise cancellation on them, the noise cancellation takes care of, like, my ears are perfectly fine.
For real?
Like, not even slightly bothered from the trip.
It was definitely the second plane on both trips.
The noise cancellation mode just deals with all that, and I don't deal with anything. Like, when I go up, when I go down, maybe twice I pop my ears, like, on the way down. But like, that was like me doing it myself from feeling like the congestion. But like, AirPods does a great job of canceling the problem with the up and down.
Yeah. So yeah, basically to fly down, then I get the car. We had a Santa Fe. I'm pretty sure it was new, like one of the newer models. That thing drove itself. That was really fun. I never did self-driving car before. Felt like I was silly for steering all the time that I had to steer before discovering it. Although in them tight San Juan streets, it was very difficult to drive this giant ass car. I did not have an easy time driving. I'm not gonna lie about that. But it was super fun and it was super beautiful. Yeah, I landed and then I gotta wait about an hour and a half for Flacco and Penn Poison Penn to land. Picked them up. Started looping the airport at one point, and I was like, this feels like being an Uber driver. Just kind of looping the airport, waiting for the person to pick you. And that's how it all started. Then we drove over to the Airbnb, and that shit, it was beautiful. Like, I don't know. It was very like Old San Juan, if you're from Montreal, it's kind of like the cobbly stone narrowness and old architecture vibes of like the old port or something, but like way different, because it's like, it just feels older and more history and more culture. And everything's so colorful. Like, man, all these buildings are like pink and blue and orange and like just the randomest cut. Like, there's no rules, I think, for this. People just do what they want, and it's so clear and it's so pretty, and everything's just like these old, I guess they're stone or brick or whatever. I guess that's what they're made of. And
what, the homes?
Yeah.
Yeah, the majority are made out of stone and brick.
Yeah, and they're just painted really cool. I don't know, it's really beautiful
shit.
Wood,
Stone, and brick.
We get lucky finding parking the first day right by the spot, because finding parking was, I don't know if you're not really traveling nowhere across the island. I personally think it's just easier to Uber, just for the most part, because like finding parking was, could take time.
This is a symptom of the entire vacation.
What?
Holden making bold statements, completely uninformed about what he's saying.
That's possibly true.
For anybody watching who is wondering what I'm alluding to, is that Ubers are not easier to take, especially late at night when you're in Old San Juan. When you're in Old San Juan, a 2-minute Uber wait will turn into a 20-minute Uber wait at the very least. It'll say 2 minutes when you request it, but it'll take them about 20, 30 minutes to get through the traffic of all the vehicles coming into Old San Juan at night to party. So it's not like it's necessarily easier to Uber, but yeah, it's definitely another option as well. The vehicle makes it easy. We wouldn't have been able to go to the west side of the island if we didn't have a vehicle.
That's facts.
A lot of the transportation that we did for ourselves, would have been more of a pain in the ass without a vehicle. But yeah, definitely, late at night. But I mean, we did that already, right? Every night we had a game plan of when we went to the strip club, we didn't drive ourselves to the strip club. We took an Uber.
We did not.
But the Ubers took a while to get to us, Even when we were at the strip club, which was not in Old San Juan, it was in Carolina.
How long does it take for you to wait for an Uber in New York? Like, I felt like the strip club, the one going to the strip club, we had to like walk up hills and stuff to get to an appropriate spot. But like the one on the way back felt like a normal Uber wait, based on my experience with it.
I think maybe like my max wait time is like, let's sort of say it's July 4th. It's nighttime, and there's a game at Yankee Stadium. My max wait would probably be like 10 minutes.
Oh, you guys are blessed. That is, yeah.
I don't wait. Most of my, a majority of my Uber waits when I'm not on a busy day, with a lot of shit happening in my local area, is about maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes at max.
That's different than my experience. I know that like waiting for Uber at night, it could take 15-20 minutes sometimes. Like, I actually can't get Ubers in my neighborhood at night. Like, it's not worth it. Call a taxi.
That's crazy.
Because like, as an Uber driver,
that's crazy because
I know the Uber games,
I get cabs
right?
late night, specifically in New York City, and the later the night, the less time I expect to wait. The more vehicles there are available.
So like where I'm at, where I live, because you can tell where a ride's going to go approximately. So if it's like downtown and it gives you a time estimate in the direction of like my neighborhood, that's a person coming back to my hood, and for a fact there's going to be no Uber rides out there. So you're going to drop somebody off and have to go drive back downtown or something. So people don't accept rides to my neighborhood at that hour, so there's just never Uber drivers in my neighborhood. So you're waiting like 15-20 minutes until somebody happens to drop somebody off and be nearby, and it's luck if it's less than 5 minutes. I'll sometimes get pings for rides that are like 15-20 minutes away if it's like really late at night, because they cannot find drivers in certain parts. So for me, it's not the quickest, but to me that felt like normal Uber.
Yeah, super not normal for me. Even the wait at the strip club to go back home to the Airbnb was like, whoa, we're waiting 15-20 minutes almost. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck is
going
on?
To me.
That's like, what? You got me waiting way too long right now, Uber. But yeah, I guess I guess it depends on where you're coming from, what city you're coming from, what kind of Uber situation you have in your city. But yeah, good vacation, man. I read a couple of your blog entries last night. I think I read the last day to the wife and shit. I was like, let's read this. Look at hold the head writing the whole time and shit. I saw that you have pointed out that making mistakes around New Yorkers, you will get reminded of them, as you should. I'm like, absolutely. I'm like, what is this world that people exist in where they make critical errors and people just, let's be quiet about it. Let's not touch on that subject. Like, no, you fucked up. Let's talk about you fucking up so you don't fuck up again. You know what I mean? That's how I grew up. That's how Penn grew up. That's how all New Yorkers grow up. which is when you fuck up, you get called out on it immediately so that you don't fuck up again in that same way.
All love, but it will also come up again forever in a way that other people will possibly let it go and forget. But New Yorkers, they got wild memories like elephants and shit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a part of your fucking cool person. That's part of where people get their like nicknames in New York City is the like, yo, you either are known for this or fucked up at this or you know what I mean? But it's one of those things and it's a familiarity thing. I mean, you know what? I was just watching Mutant Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem on the flight back, and that was the one that had a scene, the animated movie that had a scene that went viral of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles doing like New York, like I need a bacon, egg, and cheese, I got my puffer on, and all this shit. That same movie, April O'Neil is known as Pukey O'Neil because she went to high school in New York City and wanted to be a news anchor, got in front of her like high school news to do the news anchoring on camera, and she puked on camera. And so her name became Pukey O'Neil. And this is New York. This is how New York operates. Like, oh, you want to puke on camera because you want to do a thing before you're ready to do the thing and know if you can even do the thing. Say no more, fam. You know what your name is moving forward? Pukey O'Neil. So that you can maybe remember that and think about those things moving forward so that you can, you know, maybe not be so brave and the bold, you know? Brave and the Bolden is one of my nicknames for Holden after this vacation.
Brave and the Bold?
Brave and the Bolden.
I like
Brave
that.
and the Bolden.
I will take that shit. I feel like that's not that bad. That is a pretty solid name.
Not that bad.
It certainly beats Pukey.
Certainly beats Pukey. You could have been Pukey, but no, that's not what we're going for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I only puked like the one time, and it was very appropriate puking.
It was the only puking that happened in the whole crib.
Fair, but
so it would be legit for your name to become Pukey, Pukey Stefan Roy or some shit, you know? Pukey SR.
It's totally. It's not that unreasonable to responsibly puke after it been days of partying. Just saying, that's not being too bold.
It's definitely nothing wrong with it. I would say that there was ways that you could have avoided having to puke if maybe you ate more,
that's
along with all the water drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I told you guys. You followed. You followed Poison Pen's lead on not wanting to eat much, and there's a valuable story that Penn and me shared on our way to Puerto Rico, or that we talked about, because I mentioned to him something about Mike Phenom. That's a dude that I battled back in the old grind time days. He was from Seattle, Washington, and cool dude. And Penn was talking about one time how he went out there, linked up with him in Seattle, and Mike Phenom tried to keep up with Poison Pen and do what Poison Pen does. And that led to a very bad night for Mike Phenom, because you should never follow Poison Pen's lead. Poison Pen's lead is for Poison Pen to follow, and only Poison Pen to follow. Everybody else should embark on their own journeys, because you're not built like Poison Pen. I'm not built like Poison Pen. You know what I mean? So where his hunger, you know, can wane, and the liquor doesn't need him, the mixture of drugs and liquor doesn't need more sustenance from him, right? Somebody like you or myself, we definitely need to eat more when you're partying that hard. Like, you need to be having 3 meals a day. You need to be shitting and getting it and sweating it out your system. You know, you need to be drinking water. You need to be doing all the things. Like, I tell you, me, I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like I went, I had the good time. I did shrooms. I didn't do coke this time. Um, uh, did lots of weed, lots of drugs, as per usual. Lots of drinking, right? Because I don't drink
Flacco,
every
hold on,
night.
huh? Flacco cleaned out the first grocery store of the particular bottle of champagne he liked, and we had to go like all the way out to a further grocery store to restock. And I was like, fair enough.
That happens to me very often. I've emptied out liquor stores in the Bronx that have many people living in the area, and they're like, "Oh, you cleaned this out. All we had were 2, 3 cases, you know." And like after a week or two of hard partying and people being in town, I'll be like, "Oh, gotta switch over to the other liquor store and go a little bit further because clean them out." Yeah, but yeah, I partied. You know, I partied hard. I party as hard as I usually do. But like I'm good. The last day, Sunday, I wake up. It's a little rough the first couple hours, but that's like any day after partying hard the night before. Rough for a couple hours, then Gucci. You know what I mean? By the time I got home, I'm like, hey, I'm firing all cylinders. I woke up this morning and I'm like, hey, let's get the day going. You know, like nothing
Mm.
happened. I had more than enough time. You know, um, I did
Yeah.
go in early on Saturday. I was gonna go harder and go to the strip clubs, but I thought about it and I was like, yo, I don't want to be on the plane feeling more fucked up. Um, so I called it a night and was home by like 3:30, 3 something. I remember looking at the clock and thinking to myself about waiting. I forgot to tell you this. I thought about waiting for you, but then I was just like, nah, what the fuck? Holden, he's either home already or he's not. And he gets home when he gets home. I don't want him feeling like fucking dad's outside waiting on him and shit. You know what I mean? Um, crazy, 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 crazy. You might not have
Yeah.
had that night, but I mean,
Yeah.
everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a fact. It was so for
I read,
context.
like I said, I read that last day blog, and I was just like, nah, it is good for you to stew in the shit and fucking have some time to yourself to think about the steps and missteps that you might have made. You know what I mean?
So for context, I fucked up and fucked up the tire of the car, and
So I feel like we skipped from
nah, it's
the
fine. It's all
day in.
mismatched. We're already here though. We're here. Let's run it. So it's like 2:30, 2 in the morning, and I'm like, I want some coffee or some caffeine or shit. And so I drive up. I fucking go to a gas station because there's nothing really open, and where we're at, like, there's really nothing open for like several kilometers. So you gotta like really like get out of the old San Juan area, etc. So I drive out, takes a minute, get some shit, like a little energy drink, which is pretty trash and whatever, but still, I couldn't find coffee. And then I came back, and as I was getting back, I fucked up the tire. I don't know exactly what I did, but I heard psh. That's the right front tire went flat, and I'm like, oh fuck my life, because it's like now 2 something in the morning, and I'm just picturing how I need to deal with this and get the car back to the airport on time and everything. So like, turns out you can drive on a Santa Fe wheel a little bit. So I get my shit out the fucking Airbnb because I'm like, if this has to get towed, I didn't realize there was a flat in the car or be a spare because I didn't know they were underneath, and I was like tripping, like I'm gonna have to get this car towed back to the airport, and it's the middle of the night, and I'm like fried because I've been partying for like 3 days, and unlike Flacco, I'm not good at it. I did not sleep enough, and I did not eat enough, and my body was rejecting all of my good decision makings on this final day. I was very
Yeah,
sloppy.
definitely. The sleeping is definitely the other thing. I
Yeah, I did not
definitely for
sleep.
sure slept well.
Like, I was sitting there on some, I don't want to waste a fucking minute shit. You know what? The last minutes will be very trash if you don't waste the other. You know, sleeping is not waste. So I'm fucking fried. My brain is now in panic mode, which if anyone's seen me in panic mode, it's not pretty. I'm better at it, but it's not pretty. And then, so I grab all my shit because I figure if we're going to the airport, fine, I'm going to the airport, and I grab all my stuff except my passport and my wallet, which I leave in the apartment as I proceed to, go back downstairs and leave the thing. But then the door is now locked from the outside. I can't get in, and I realize I don't have my passport. But at this point, I like freaking move the car to outside of Old San Juan so I can call a tow truck, because you got to understand, there's no way that you're getting a tow truck in Old San Juan and this is going to be a pleasant experience. So if you get it just outside, a little bit of a drive slow and shit, then you're good. And I did. I parked and some Uber driver saw me, and this dude was mad helpful, and he like fucking drove me back to find my wallet, drove me back to the car. He dealt with fucking Enterprise in Spanish on my behalf, because local Enterprise, the number I'm supposed to call, fucking gave me a phone number for a towing company. It's not even open. I'm like, what the fuck? I started, at this point, it's like worse now, right? Because you did the right thing. You call for help. They give you a whatever. It's not actually open. So now I'm like, what, do I call them back? But then this guy's like, call the Isla Verde one. And I'm like, I don't know if I said that right. I saw your Facebook post, and now I'm like going to just second guess how I say all this shit.
I mean, it's literally the same thing I was telling you before, which is like, it's the way I said that to you when you were criticizing somebody for speaking French poorly, or some rapper, you know what I mean? Which you've always done, which is always just will. Like, yeah, I mean, and that's like the way white people sound when they speak Spanish.
Facts. And then, yeah, so this dude is really helpful.
Jalapenos.
And yeah, so this Uber guy is really helpful. He's like, cause he sees I'm tripping, and he's just like the nicest guy ever. And I'm like telling him I'm gonna pay him until I realize I don't have my wallet. And now I've told this guy I'm gonna give him money, and my wallet's gone. And he's like watching me trip the fuck out about how I'm about to miss my flight and shit. He's watching me call Flacco, and Flacco's sleeping peacefully, getting that rest he needs.
I got a voicemail of the most, how do I put this? I got a voicemail of the most bitch-made, Karen voiced Holden. If y'all hear the whininess on this voicemail, because he didn't realize that he's recording a voicemail on my phone. So he's just talking to somebody on the other end, and he's like, no, I can't miss my flight. No. And it's just like, bitch, like the fuck? Yes, you can. Like, you fucked up. And now you're going to have to deal with consequences. Fucking whining about it is not going to help you at all.
It did not help me.
At all. Let me tell you something. The tough love New York City, like, put in me is, like, the best thing that I ever could have had in life. Which is, like, I've been in emergency situations way worse than fucking gonna miss a flight, and I'm literally a fucking hero because I know how to remain calm under pressure. And remaining calm under pressure is how you survive like fucking life, because life eventually will throw some motherfucking, hey, do you want to live or do you want to die moment at you. And if you're not calm in I want to live or I want to die moment, you can end up losing your fucking life. And life is very fucking fragile. And I don't want to lose mine at all, So, like, that's what New York puts in us with all of that. Like, remind you of your fuck ups and, learn lessons the hard way. And,
Yeah. I don't react.
But this is good. I saw
sleep and shit.
It sounded like when I read your blog, like, you thought it through, you learned a couple lessons, and hopefully you reflect on some other ones, and you'll be all right. You're alive. You know what I mean? Your white privilege definitely came in handy several times.
Man, it's
usually
usually
good
how
thing.
it goes.
Yeah. women watch men go through things that they're like, oh, your male privilege just got you through that, you know? Um, Privilege is a thing, folks. Everybody has some form of privilege.
That's facts. You might not be aware of it, but that's usually because you're benefiting from it, and thus you're not aware of it. Like, I'm not aware I'm being brave and bold. It's just existing.
Just existing. Just holding, being holding.
Yeah, and so far I've gotten this far doing it and refining. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be that sleep deprived and fucked up again in the middle of another country where I don't speak a language that is local. That would be, a goal. But
yeah, I mean, I didn't think that you would have gotten that fucked up because you had said that you weren't, and then you also kept on insisting that you can handle weed shrooms. It's not a big deal to you. You have a high tolerance for weed, and you were just like going on and on the whole time about how much you kick ass at weed, as if though the rest of us are novelty weed smokers. Right? So I was like, he should be all right. Plus, you said that you didn't want to get that fucked up, you know? So I was like, you be all right, you know?
Well,
And
I wasn't actually fucked up when this whole tire shit happened. That's the thing, is like I wasn't like on drugs fucked up. Like I was just on sleep deprivation fucked up. So at that point, like I had stopped, even like I wasn't like high. I wasn't drinking. I hadn't touched, like I don't even think I touched alcohol or nothing in like over 24 hours at that point. So it's just like I wasn't expecting that part. Maybe less than 24.
You had way less than 24. You had edible weed shit that afternoon, that evening.
Yeah, edibles, yeah, at like 10-ish or so, but at that point it's like 2, 3, it's been like 6 hours. It's not like I'm still faded on edibles at this point. Like, and so I acknowledged earlier in the night, but like at this point I'm sitting there more on the just after the effects of everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, that the reason that we didn't take the car ride to a strip club is because once you're drinking, once you're doing drugs of any sort, it's like, don't operate heavy machinery. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, leave it alone. Find a way to get what you need without getting behind the wheel of a car. Something bad can happen. Something bad did happen.
Yeah.
The lessons are learned. It looked like from what you wrote, you had a lot of time to reflect on it, because you then, to finish out the story.
Yeah, wait.
You
right,
didn't
Uber
finish
guy.
out the story. You Uber guy.
Yeah, so after that, I basically, we get the tire, turns out there's a spare tire. You deal with the dude, he changes the tire on the car, Enterprise, from the local one, sends somebody down, and then I can drive the car back to the place, upon which I discover that Flacco is not waking up, even though several times his Facebook thing went from not active to active, and every time that happened, it would get my hopes elated.
I really think that's like I'm starting to think that might be like when I post the Monopoly shit, people put me on to like things like, sometimes it says that you bankrupted someone, but like you didn't bankrupt them at all. You know what I mean? Just might be one of those glitch things that like Facebook, if I fucking check like the time on my phone, the phone is active, and if I got it open as an app, like, you know what I mean? Like, it must be some weird shit like that, because it's like I definitely wasn't on Facebook. Like, what? I was sleeping hard.
That's
I was
why
fucking resting, relaxing.
I was like hoping this motherfucker goes takes a pee or some shit, and I'm like, no luck. And then 9 a.m. Flacco finally wakes up. So basically
I woke up to pee and shit.
Somewhere between 3 p.m. and 3:30 or so, and 9 a.m. I just had to like be there by myself. No money. Because along the way I thought I lost my wallet because I didn't realize I had locked it inside the apartment. And I'm sitting there with literally $2 in coins on me and no passport, and it was a very awkward. And then it took forever to get through to United. I think I was on hold with United for over an hour. I only spoke to give me approximately 10 minutes before boarding, which matters because if you cancel your flight before boarding, it's a different situation than after boarding in terms of how they deal with the situation. So I'm glad that worked out, and then I got the flight moved to later on that day, and then that ended up getting me a credit. So now I have about 250 Canadian in United money to spend in the next year. So that's a plus, unexpected plus, but I'm happy about that. And then my flights home were so fucking delayed. I got $30 in airport money in Newark to spend right before boarding. So just like you just watched us all bolt to everything to just get whatever because we had all already eaten and shit, but just got $30 to spend. So I just copped a bunch of drinks and shit for the plane, and that was fun. And then I had to wait another hour or so to get a ride after fucking getting back to the airport. And then I got home, and it was very nice, very nice. But yeah, it was definitely reflective.
We got to. I'll fill in because Holden only covered like the opening and the closing, right? And for yourself, right?
There's a lot more.
We get in. We get to the Airbnb. We actually start partying. No, did we start partying? No, we smoked weed. That was it. First night, and then we go to sleep. We wake up the next day. We go eat. From there, me and Holden go to El Mall.
No, even when we go eat though, it's in this little alleyway with the pigeons that just wouldn't go away.
Right.
While we were there. I don't know.
That's in your blog. You can reference your. We're gonna give an overview of the weekend.
All right.
You don't need to correct me on it, Holden.
Not correcting. You're reminding me of stuff that happened.
We went to eat at a spot called La Vergüenza. Fucking classic spot in Puerto Rico. Food is delicious. Outside dining. Then we go to El Morro, which is like the Statue of Liberty of Puerto Rico. It's an old fort where the Spanish-American War was fought, and pivotal like battles were won and lost. It's a really cool fort. Then we went to Walmart. Then we went home, pre-game, and then we went. Where did we go that first night?
We just walked up the street for a little bit. We went to the karaoke spot, which is like, because we were staying on, I don't know how to say the name right, but we were on like basically the main downtown strip at an area with all the clubs and shit on it, and they were literally 2 blocks away. So like we walked towards the people. We went to the first spot.
Right, that was the night that we just did bars then.
No, but not even. We basically went back to the rooftop right after that, and we just kind of sat on the rooftop till 4 a.m, drinking, smoking, and talking.
Was that the night that we shroomed, or was that the next
Yes. Night? So that was, we shroomed that night, and then we didn't the second night, but we shroomed that night. We went back in, and then once we went back in, you were like, I'm done, guys. And then I believe you talked to Damali for a bit, and we and Pam were on the roof, and then it just turned into a really cool night on this roof till like 4 a.m. Like high key, it was like the Airbnb was beautiful enough that like being there felt as nice as being anywhere that was popping. So it was really like dope. Yeah, that was the first night.
Then the second day we went to La Mar Chiquita. Um, no, we went to eat breakfast. Um, damn, I forgot the name of the spot. Um,
It was
I
cafe
should do it.
something, if
Um,
that helps.
yeah, I can't remember. Um, these are all spots that I've gone to before, though. That I can attest to the quality. Uh, then we go to Walmart. Then we go to La Mar Chiquita. Then we go back home, and we went to the strip club, I believe, that night.
We did go to the strip club.
We went to Lips. Shout outs to Lips. We saw a great performer. There were a bunch of like great, because you could tell that like they had a superstar in the house, superstar dancer, and she kind of got the vibe super high, and the other women, ladies, were definitely trying to match her energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everybody was giving their best effort. Um, and so it was a really good night. Then the next day we went to, damn, gets hard to remember.
That was the beach.
We did the beach already. That's La Mar Chiquita. That was the
Oh,
day of
that's
the
what.
strip club.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Oh, day trip,
Um,
walking around the shopping.
right. We went to the Polo store. We went to catch breakfast at bakery by Dream Inn in Carolina. Well, no, in New San Juan. Um, and breakfast there is amazing. It's a bakery. It's a bakery that Obama actually has been to.
Yeah,
I totally fucking forgot about that fact from the first time, because that sign's definitely been there since um we went.
2011.
Mm-hmm. Um, but yeah, great bakery, really dope bakery. It's a pity I've never gotten to have anything there except breakfast, because all of their pastries and deli look amazing. They look like they make a mean fucking charcuterie spread with all the deli that they have, the particular deli that they have. Um, yeah. Then we went to uh, Polo store and we did some shopping.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think we all walked away with like pieces. I walked away with a chain and a bracelet from the Polo store that was like perfect
Fine.
addition to all my outfits. Um, I got some dope ass fucking uh, swimming trunks. Uh,
Mm.
got some dope ass shorts. Got a dope ass fucking linen summer shirt. And then I got a hat that, like, soon as I put that hat on, let me tell you something. I put that hat on, and my wife was like, "Oh my god!" And I reminded her of myself in high school, because it was like a hat that I wore in high school that she had a picture of me in for a lot of years. So like she has a memory of me with this particular type of hat. So I bought it literally just for like fucking remind my wife, and fucking have like a, oh, put together an outfit that's exactly like that high school outfit, and take a picture then and now. Um, that's literally why I bought the hat. But yeah, we all bought. 10 bought a super dope beach towel that was like, oh, dope as fuck. They didn't have stuff in his size at that store, but Polo definitely like uh makes clothes in 10 size. And so like that's like a that's like a thing that I was like, word, yo. I've never had to deal with that. I always got my size in the stores, you know? Um
Mm. I occasionally have to deal with clothes not fitting. It does happen. Like there's certain brands that will be like, if your waist is above 36, we don't want you wearing our jeans. And I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna wear your jeans then. And that's just the way it is.
Now, there's definitely a lot of Euro designers are like that. Euro designers aren't really meant for, like, notoriously, when Notorious B.I.G. would be wearing Versace, he was not wearing Versace. He was wearing forgot the name of the brand, but he was wearing a designer who made Versace looking type of clothes for big people, you know? She would design clothes for Heavy D, and then she designed clothes for Biggie. I think it was like 5,001 flavors or something like that. I forgot the name of the brand. Um, but yeah, that's a thing that goes back in time. Like Versace's not making clothes for people in Biggie size. They're like, no, no, we don't want your money. Which is like, yo, instead of like being upset and like, thing is just like, all right, fuck you then. I'm gonna promote this other shit, Um
I mean, yeah, if it doesn't fit me, then I don't really want to wear it. So, and honestly, like we walked into this other store, and unfortunately, the only thing Penn wanted there, it couldn't get either. Although this other brand did have stuff in his size. I don't remember the name of it. What's that bunny brand called? Because that shit was super
Psycho
fire.
Bunny. Psycho Bunny. Psycho Bunny. Yeah, I discovered them when I went to Puerto Rico with the wife in 2021.
Yo, Chris, you should write this down. I promise you, you'll end up spending money on this shit. Oh, Chris,
He says
Chris
he has
already.
two
Yeah, it's two
Psycho Bunnies.
already.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the second I saw it, I'm like, I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
There's one hat. I almost bought it, but I'm like, I don't know if I should buy this hat right now. I was starting to like think about if I would ever really wear it, and then I'm like, no, I think I'm not gonna buy it.
I could see the worry about money on your face a couple times.
I did
And
my
then
absolute best with this.
reading your worry about the worry and not worry about the like ticket is just pretty funny for me.
I mean,
Yeah.
I did my
Hey,
best. I
nah,
mean, even if
you,
it's like mad
you
expensive,
did
I can afford
you
it.
did
I
good.
just don't. I just figured,
You
if
did
you're out
good.
there
You did pretty good.
a little YOLO-ish, there's definitely multiple times where a year ago I would have not indulged, and I chose to fight that impulse most times. I even spent more at the Polo store than I expected when I walked in. When I walked in, I felt cheap, and then I saw stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'd be really stupid to not buy this now if I really think about this in terms of like, what am I doing? How often do you like get to be in the Polo store in the middle of another country? Like, it's part of the experience.
Part of the experience. Didn't even cost you a dime. You know,
Yeah, fair
like
enough.
you know, this stuff is yo. Uh, I like to do vacations where it's just like yo. If we there's a famous Jay-Z lyric. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, Jay-Z once upon a time, right, said the famous line uh when talking about him and his friends. He said, "If every nigga in your clique is rich, your clique is rugged. Nobody will fall because everyone will be each other's crutches." You know what I mean? And if we operate from that standpoint, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not telling y'all that when we go have dinner at Patio de la Rosas, oh, we did that too. I took you guys to a gastro pub that had like these really cool drinks. I think we both posted them on our Instagram stories. You know what I
I don't
mean?
know
But
if I
like when I'm
posted it yet, but yeah, well,
when I'm taking you guys to eat there, like I'm already planning on paying. You know what I mean? Like I'm already planning on paying. I paid the same time last time when I went with Hot, Black, Will, Frank. Like, you know, that was 5 people, not 3, you know, and I paid for that bill, you know, like, um, because like, well, what are we here to do? You know what I mean? We're here to have fun, you know? Like part of like my money that I put to the side is like, yeah, $500 for this meal, you know, $500 for this situation, you know, $500 for a strip club night, you know? Um, so it's just like, yo, you know, I'm already putting to the side to take care of certain things. It's like you won't have to take care of it, and then you know, take care of me on something else, you know. Um, but it's that if everybody in your clique is rich, and being rich is like, you know what I mean, relative, you know, like richer than you were yesterday, you know, and also if you're rich in other things, you're also still rich, you know. Richness doesn't always equate to a dollar.
that's a fact.
Sometimes you're just rich in dopeness, and you know that shit comes in handy too. But yeah, it was a good time. You know,
Super fun.
uh, I think we
Yeah,
all had a good time.
I had an amazing time. I feel like that was a top, one of the top 10 moments in life. Felt really cool. Oh, I got to go in the ocean. I know that was implied by going to the beach,
Oh
but it
well,
felt like
yeah,
a real.
La Mar Chiquita,
It
right?
felt like a life accomplishment because like I'd never been in the ocean before, like ever. I don't think I've really been in normal
Yeah,
salt water like that. Like it was like my eyes started burning and
Holden,
shit.
Holden came into the fucking beach and into the water, and this motherfucker says, "Hey, it's really salty, eh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's the fucking ocean." Like, what? Like,
Like I'm aware, but like I've never experienced it before, right? I've only ever really been in freshwater because that's what we got everywhere around here. So you could just like I'm like my eyes did. I don't know how to really swim with my eyes closed, and it was pretty fucking miserable at the end of it when my eyes was burning, and I'm like it wasn't like beyond endurance. It was like mildly uncomfortable at a constant rate, but it was beautiful though. Like it was really like the waves, it smells so. I don't know what that smell is, but it's very interesting how it smells at the ocean. Super like a distinct vibe. Like, oh man, there's just crabs and iguanas and geckos and all this other cool shit that like I never get to see. Like, I don't know. Watching a crab just scurry along, that was fun. I mean, I'm certain it's like will be less fun after I've seen a bunch of other crabs, but this is like the first crab, and it was super cool. I really enjoyed that. And then thankfully, the sun was hiding behind clouds most of the trip. I mean, so I feel like I didn't get no tan or nothing, but I also didn't have to stress sunscreen and getting burned, except for like at the very last couple of days where I still had adequate sunscreen left. Though
I got a little sun kissed. I like it. I was
I
definitely
did
trying to catch sun.
I saw that they had the exact sunscreen I needed right in the grocery store that was right by the Airbnb. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. They have that prominent for all of the people on cruises that are getting off and did not bring adequate sunscreen. And they had the exact spray, because I didn't really see it in the Walmart. And then I saw it right there in the grocery store, and I'm like, this is very good knowledge for the next time I come to Puerto Rico. Yeah, that was great. That was a wonderful fucking trip. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it right now.
Um, uh, I hope that one day you bring someone, Bonnie, out there. You know what I mean? Um, and show her a good time in my other home as well.
Yeah. That would be really fun. I think Bonnie would have fun, and then I
Yeah,
promise
you
once the
said she
sun's
would be
down.
in the she'd be in the on the beach every day.
That's what she told me she wants, and
Yeah,
we would
I
do that.
definitely
Like,
I give you more than enough of a laundry list of beaches that she would more than enjoy. You know, because that, like I told you, we went to the beach that we went to, La Mar Chiquita, is like a cove,
yeah,
and they have like rocks out from the beach where that form and kind of block the incoming waves and like let the waves crash up on it. So it gets like a more controlled beach environment, and it gets anything like it gets really like it was actually pretty like warmish, that water. Like it wasn't even like it was cold. Like it was nice. But
it was
that's what
super
happens
nice.
to the water, is because it's in this like solitary like area by itself. Um, yeah, no, there's lots of nature on the island of Puerto Rico. There's more nature than there is city, you know. But I'm a city boy, and I love city trips, you know.
I'm
So
with you, but
that's
Bonnie, we
usually
could
what.
find a way to split the city and the nature. We'll split it up. Do some nature, do some city, but we're not doing full nature. I got nature limits. I love nature, but like 3-4 hours a
Tell you
day.
this, tell you this: when you're out in nature in Puerto Rico, get ready for like a new experience with bugs. You know,
That's
like
why.
and creatures. Definitely, like I remember my first time going to Puerto Rico as a little kid, and like waking up in a room like with like my face like near a wall, and like this big giant furry spider being like right fucking there, and like panicking because I'm a little kid out the bed. Um but yeah, that's
I
part of the
promise you,
nature of
Flacco,
Puerto
the first
Rico.
time that happens to me, that Karen voice would come right the fuck out of me. I promise you that much. No shame.
um there definitely be some like crazy bugs. My bitch ass voice comes out with the crazy bugs too. You know what I mean? Like that's what does it for me. It's crazy because I'll kill rats and animals with an ease, but like insects is just like, whoa, what?
But it's
Um,
also the reptiles, cause like
the
the
reptiles
reptile.
don't really, that don't, because I've been to like Florida and everywhere in the South that like reptiles are also huge in. So it's like that's different than like the bugs. The bugs are what really get to me, give me the ick. Um, but yeah, the
Yeah.
point is, there's other things to deal with in the country. Holden looks like it's.
I'm like, man, that's. I like the city, bro. Like
Yo,
I would.
Holden looks like devastated. Like that sounds like a horrible experience I don't want to deal with, and it's just like, wow,
Like,
hilarious.
allow me to be clear. I would do it. I'm not
You do it
against
for
the
Bonnie.
idea.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
I would not like it when bugs crawled on me that were giant and shit. I would. It would not be
I
finer
mean,
moments of my
you get an
life.
Airbnb, or you stay in like a hotel on either side of the island. You know what I mean? Um, you'll be good. You'll be good. You know what I mean? We didn't really
Absolutely.
when we were in San Juan, we weren't really bothered by many bugs.
I only saw bugs one time. It was in the middle of the night when I was on shrooms peeing, and there was some like fucking something that crawled across the floor, and I was like, oh, yeah, there's bugs here, I guess. But they were like not numerous. I saw a couple of cool bug looking things I'd never seen before, but they were little, so they weren't intimidating or anything. They were just cool
Right,
colors, like bright reds and shit, like stuff like you don't have back home.
right.
But like, I don't know. I like the idea of the city parts more and just watching the urban culture. Like honestly, one of the most interesting parts of the trip was when I was punishing myself, sitting there watching them clean up the streets. Because, like, you got to understand, like, we were staying in the middle of, like, Party Central. Picture wherever your packed area of things are.
I'll give people a better description of it. It's like picture being in, located on Times Square, or picture being located in the main district in Louisiana, in New Orleans.
Right.
You're literally in the middle of the lit shit, but there's no
Like,
buildings. There's no 10-story building. The tallest that the houses and buildings get in Old San Juan are really like 3 floors, and uh like the only buildings that are like higher than 3 floors are like the 1 or 2 hotels near the beginning, and the 2 parking garages near the beginning, which is like clearly where they built like that probably was water at one point, and they were just like, nah, we need this for some parking and some hotels, uh Lindell was asking, did we guys ever see the short clip of the alligator bending the fence in Florida? Nope.
Did not personally.
Did
No.
not.
But yeah,
But yeah.
so they're there partying, and so I'm there because like I was just out there before till about 2 anyway, because I went to this club where I was curious. I walked in, I was like, let me make sure I go in a couple of these places. It was so packed, I fought my way to the back, and then it took 20 minutes to get out of the thing. Meanwhile, these people behind me are trying to push forward, but there was just so many people, it was not moving, and it is what it is. We finally got out, and then, like, it closes, and honestly, let's say, like, last call's at like 155, 150 or something. By 2:05, like, 5% of the people are left. It was like everyone just scatters. And then yeah, but it's disgusting. It's covered in cops, half, because you can just walk around with your drinks, there's no problem with that. You can just, people are throwing shit everywhere, leaving drinks all over. And then somewhere around 6 in the morning, all these like store owners and restaurateurs just walk out, and they do this mass cleanup ensemble. The garbage people come, and I was just watching that happen, and just seeing it play out was like, damn, that's just like the part nobody sees ever, right? Like, how does it get back to looking so pretty and shit? And I was watching like the same bar owners just being there, just cleaning up the garbage, making everything look great for the next day. And then 15-20 minutes later, all of it was clean. And they do this every day. And I was like, that's crazy to me. But it's a community effort. And I don't think a lot of people, like, if the communities work together, we could clean up our garbage more instead of complaining and putting it all in the city. Because you could see it was a combination of the city and the local people that were invested in keeping this clean and pretty. And it was just an interesting thing to watch, because my city certainly doesn't handle garbage removal like that.
Yeah, no. The Puerto Rican people definitely take pride in the tourism that's happening, and how much people are starting to like want to be there, and Americans coming, and people who, it wasn't always like this, and they seem all to be happy. Almost all the Uber drivers that we talked to, talked about how much they loved it. You just didn't get to hear those stories because you don't speak English. The one guy the one guy that spoke English, oh yeah, Spanish. The one guy that you did get to understand the conversation was because he was speaking English the whole time.
It was probably for my benefit.
What happened?
It was probably for my benefit that he was speaking English.
Yeah, whatever. Who knows? Maybe it was for his benefit. You know what I mean? Maybe he prefers to speak English. But the point is, he spoke English, and he was the night of the strip club. He got us those tripletas.
Yeah.
We ate like kings at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
Oh, man.
Them empanadas were also fire. Puerto Rico is great for that, man. The food is like,
if you like meat and cheese sandwiches, bro, of all varieties. Oh man.
Right.
Like everywhere you went, they had some combination of it and of every kind of meat you could think of. I have no idea what the healthy food in Puerto Rico tastes like. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I
They
ate
have
anything healthy.
wild. They have wild. Most like island people have like a fucking vegetarian, a pescatarian diet. You know what I mean? Like they you mostly all operate like that. But then the other half of the island be like, yo, pork, cow, normal. You know what I mean? But I would not be surprised to find out that there's like a huge number of vegetarians, pescatarians on in the Caribbean. Like it's not just a Puerto Rican thing because this
Right.
goes back to like growing up, having wild Jamaican friends and like knowing early on vegetarianism in the 80s. You know what I mean? Because island folk tended to have like different diets that is more based around like fucking fruits and salads that you just grow, you know? Um, yeah, that no pork on my fork shit was like early in my life. A lot of people I knew rock like that. I didn't rock like that. My mother didn't play with none of that shit. She's like, you're eating fucking pork because I'm making pork. So I don't care what your friends are doing.
Oh,
you're a pork eater.
you just reminded me of the food truck when you said that and how good those tacos were. I don't even know if they were pork, but that's just,
Also, um, I'm not gonna butcher the name of the food truck. I'm just gonna go real quick and get the
yeah.
name. It's La Guaguita Rosada. No, La Guaguita Rosa. Yeah, La Guaguita Rosa. Um, I guess I'll put together a check my Instagram page tomorrow, and it'll have like a promo for them, and then I'll have like a one of those things that stays underneath my profile stories, and it'll be all the stories from there, and you can always click on the stuff that we're talking about if you're ever in Puerto Rico. Enjoy. Definitely like tourist friendly, you know. They enjoy having all the tourists in town. Um, I'd be a tourist and I'd be trying to act like I'm not a tourist. I'd be like, but you know what I do? Like when you look at it, let me tell you something. There were a lot of people that I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I definitely noticed it when we were coming in at certain hours and the party was already hitting. Some people would be looking at us going into our place and be looking at us like, what? These guys got a fucking place here? Like, that's so fucking cool type shit. You know what I mean? Because most people are either coming in off that cruise and doing a cruise, or the other half of people are staying in tourist central San Juan, which is the new San Juan, which is where like Americans all kind of travel to together. They take big groups of people, and they almost even have like timeshares over there. You could get like timeshares where like you go to the island. People from Pennsylvania to Connecticut to New York City all have like that. Have Puerto Rican roots and shit. Have like these timeshares and shit, kind of like in the Poconos. And so it's one of those things where like all those people are staying in the same type of area. We're staying in the littest area that can be. It's literally like the best area, in my opinion. But like, I'm not that type of American. Look, there was things that you guys were doing that I was like fucking cringing at. They kept on coveting the idea of fast food. Like, oh my God, KFC and Wendy's Puerto Rico looks so fucking good. And I'm like, there's literal amazing Puerto Rican food right fucking here. Why would you eat fucking Wendy's or McDonald's in fucking Puerto Rico? What the fuck is this food poverty mentality? Um, but you know,
Can't.
I've also indulged on in. I mean, that was all that was open, which is why I ate it when I was in Montreal. My last night of partying in Montreal was McDonald's. So it was like, okay, I guess I'll try McDonald's poutine in Montreal. You know,
But that's
um,
the thing. It's like, look, like it's I
but it's
totally
a but it's an
get
I
like.
guess. It wasn't like ooh, I can't wait to have it, or ooh, I would really like to have that.
I don't know why, but people really care when you do that shit. So like, I know for a fact that eating, being able to like, like there's like a conversational investment in trying fast food in other places because for some reason people is wildly interested in comparing how it is against it. Like, I don't know, if you just mention eating Popeyes anywhere in Montreal because we don't have it, everyone gets excited. It's almost like you didn't eat Popeyes when you went to New York. Like I would get shamed in a sense, which is to you probably preposterous, but for us it's like we don't got it. We got to go somewhere to get that shit. It's like worth traveling for.
That's
And then,
crazy.
and I'm not saying that. Look, in the last year of my life, I have been exposed to the other side of finer dining, and I now understand what you're talking about. And for the most part, I kept it in my mind, and I tried to do localer shit with what I ate. I really did keep it in mind. I still can get excited, like it was fun, but like I understood where we're coming from, and
You
was like,
wanted a baconator for breakfast so badly,
and I
breakfast
didn't get it.
baconator so badly.
Did not get it.
Um,
But then I
you did
saw
not
it
get it.
in Newark, and I realized that I could just go to Vermont and get it, or New York. I could just go to Plattsburgh if I really want it that bad. And it was like, fine, this isn't that special to Puerto Rico. And I don't really think I'm going to do that, but it's a nice idea. I wonder if there's a video in that. There probably is. Anyway, that's a whole other topic. Yeah, the food was great though. Yeah, bro, this like the taco sauce had meat and cheese in it. It was so
It
cool.
was Bera tacos. Um, I kept on having like seafood stuff, which is really good in between with all the acid to cut all the fucked up shit inside you. Um, yeah. Lindell said there's definitely plenty of vegetarians in Jamaica. Yeah, that's what I've always known for all Caribbean people, Like they'll be quick to substitute meat with fruits and vegetables and, fucking to hell with, eating pig all the time. But and then the other half of the Caribbean people that I know are very much so like, oh yeah, pig. Like, let's have pig. Absolutely. Pig is great. What? You know? Um, pig, cow, chicken. Definitely the other adjacent thing to vegetarianism, like I said, is pescatarianism because island people, they're around fish a lot. So like they'll have like a all seafood diet, A lot of like people that live on islands tend to have a seafood diet because you just fucking eat what the fuck is around and you're around the fucking water. What the fuck else is there to eat, But crabs and fish and, shrimp and all this other stuff, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound appealing, but the crabs don't sound bad. I would eat some of that crab lobster shit. Having tried some lobster, I'm like, this part of seafood I feel like I could start with, and it wouldn't be that bad.
I hear you. For the other set of people that do enjoy seafood, such as myself, we will fuck up some motherfucking lobster, some fucking crabs. You serve me some goddamn crabs, them shits is getting fucked up. I don't need no motherfucking utensil. I know how to eat seafood the right way. Octopus, some mussels, some shrimp. Oh my god, it's all so fucking delicious. Some scallops. When I see those seafood mukbangs of like uh Asian people that like live on boats and like have like a full, clearly fisherman spread of like fresh, all that shit, I'm super down for that. Like what? I'll eat all of it. All of it be looking delicious. Conch. I've yet to have conch, but I'm dying to have conch because I know that I'll probably love it because I love all seafood, you know? Um, so shout out to all of us people that do eat kind of like everything and are like, yo, I have a I have a wealthy palate. You know what I mean? Like I've got a very wealthy palate with acceptance of wide variety of tastes and foods, and I appreciate all cultures and all, you know. I mean, the only thing that I'm not eating is insects. You know what I mean? When I was in Bangkok, I didn't eat any insects. But like, I had a bunch of Thai food that was like, this is not American, usual, standard. Everything that I was eating was all like Thai shit. Um, I happened to find a quiet American restaurant in Bangkok where I would get breakfast at. And the only reason I got breakfast there, um, two mornings, was because the last two mornings was because there was only 2 days left, um, and because their orange juice was the most fantastic orange juice. I've been talking about this orange juice ever since I had it. I've never had orange juice this delicious, this fresh, this orangey without being acidic ever in my life. It was the bestest orange juice I've ever had. And I went back there for the orange juice every morning. I was like, let's do some. And I'm not an orange juice for breakfast guy. I'm a apple juice for breakfast kind of guy. Um, so uh, for them to have won me over with their orange juice was like, they were serving American breakfast. It was like kind of like better than American breakfast. Uh, their eggs were fresher. It was kind of like the eggs in Puerto Rico, where like they're a little bit more yolkier,
Mm.
orangier, the yolk, and just taste more fresher and better. Like these aren't like pasteurized or like they're not like made in some like super huge farm. It's literally like a farm that is not far and supplies them with eggs in bulk, and they're farm fresh eggs, but like actual farm fresh and not like the shit you see in the documentaries about like Purdue and shit like that.
Right.
So yeah, Bangkok was like that. Where like I'm like fucking actually eating fucking American breakfast. But I'm engulfing myself in their culture for the most part the whole other time, and eating a bunch of shit that I just don't eat normally because that's the kind of person I am. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a wealthy palate and I'm always trying to try new things and I want to try, you know, new things. As long as it's not bugs. I'm not gonna
That's
eat your
fair.
bugs. Don't serve me
I'm
any
willing to
bugs.
try a lot of stuff though, just not all the stuff. Maybe one day it'll be all the stuff, but it's
Maybe
like a
one.
process.
It's a
Um,
process.
and if it comes down to it, I was raised to eat what was given to me in environments where food is provided to me. So if I'm gonna pull up somewhere and all they got is some awful fishy stuff in my mind, I still have to eat it on some polite shit because like I'm not about to disrespect somebody. So I'm certain as my life gets into more and more adventures, there will be more moments where my ethics force me to eat the stuff, and then over time, I'm sure like beer, you develop a palate for it, and it will be less childish. And then one day maybe I like caviar, but right now I do not like caviar.
Caviar is not the way for you right now. I mean,
No.
it's also like I think that it's like you made too big of a jump. Like that's not the way that shit works. Like,
It was what
you
was
know,
given to me though.
like I developed a fucking taste for shrimp, and then I developed a taste for salmon, and then I developed a taste for crab, and then it kept on evolving from
I
there.
will
But it
say
was simple,
shrimp.
humble beginnings.
I,
Shrimp,
I was okay with
uh,
shrimp. I wouldn't say it was like
salmon.
great, but it was like a solid 6 on 10. Like if I saw shrimp, I would not choose it. But if all there was to eat was shrimp, I wouldn't not eat. It's like it was all right. It just, and I could see how it would grow on me, but like I don't know. I took a lot of this to mind because I had to eat at some seafood places. So I'm like, I'm already fucking here. I may as well eat this shit. And some of it was on the fancier end. So I'm like, if you're gonna start, you may as well eat the fancier seafood if it's gonna show up, because it's not the cheap shit. So it's probably better. And yeah, salmons and shit, it's all alright. It's just not like I would go out of my way to eat it if it was somewhere. I want to eat all their. How do you do beef first? That's more interesting. How do you do chicken? Like those chicken bites. That was so fun. It was just chopped up fried chicken, but it was like just with rice and beans. That was fun. That was a good experience. After that, jump up and try out newer shit, but I like to start with that shit.
I mean, you didn't really. It was all meats that you ate the whole
More or
time.
less
It's
the
not
whole
like
time.
you didn't try anything.
No. I thought about that after. I should have tried to eat a little bit more proper and healthier. It was really just a lot of meat. And then you would turn around and it's like, here's some beef and cheese empanadas. And I'm like, I mean, fuck, of course. Yes, let's do it. And the cookie.
Yeah.
That was the best. I didn't like they have this drunken cookie spot that has these giant gourmet cookies and little alcohol shots to infuse the cookie with. And it's called Drunken Cookies, and it is one of the most phenomenal gourmet cookies I've ever had in my life. These guys hold this shit down. If you ever out there and you want them fancy ass cookies, this that shit.
Word, yo.
Yeah.
I think that's the you could put that in the title as well. You could make the title vacation recap, comma, Puerto Rico tourism advice, and Trump assassination attempt, and
Yeah.
more or whatever.
Yeah, I'll
But
update that.
you could double it, because that's what we've been talking about
Yeah,
our trip. But like, this is like
because
great advice for anybody looking to go to vacation in Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah. That being
yeah.
said, while we were in Puerto Rico, somebody shot Trump in the ear. Is my understanding of the situation.
Somebody attempted to. I don't know, because I still didn't even. You guys put me on the next
Yeah,
day.
Penn was really
You
watching
guys
it.
were. You guys were like, oh yeah, you didn't hear? And I'm like, no, I did not hear. I'm busy partying and vacationing in Puerto Rico. What are you guys doing?
I mean, you check your phone, and you're like, somebody makes a post alluding to the president or ex-president getting shot. That's a quick
I don't know.
Google
I
I'm
don't
gonna
really.
do.
I don't. I hadn't been scrolling much on the trip. Um, you know, I really do like put my phone down a lot. I had it on me more than I usually like to on vacation, because you guys were so into your fucking phones. So I'd be like, all right, motherfuckers, well, I'm gonna be in my phone too then. Shit. Um, but yeah, not really fucking paying attention when I'm on vacation to the rest of the world. I'm like, I'm on fucking vacation. I'm on vacation from everything. That includes you, social media. That includes
Mm.
you, people online. Um, I just
Yeah, I'm just
wasn't
trying to
doing
look
much
up what happened
scrolling.
quick.
I just hadn't been doing much scrolling, so like I really did not hear at all. Um, and when you guys told me, it was news to me. So
Yeah, no, he was definitely shot in the ear. And so I guess he got clipped or grazed or something, or I don't know, shot in the ear by a 20-year-old white dude that was killed by the police. He killed a couple other people. And this is the first presidential assassination attempt since Reagan. And ultimately, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know what else to really say about it. Because, like, Trump didn't die. So he's gonna aptly, like how people made that Get Rich or Die Trying album cover with Trump's face on it. Like, that's how it's going for Trump now. He's about to 50 Cent this situation. And then I don't know if you saw.
He's super gonna. He already knew he was gonna win this election. Now it's like a foregone conclusion. Like we're literally just wasting time between now and November. And you get Biden. You could. Biden might as well pack up his shit, get ready to move out that White House because um, it definitely is gonna be a wrap for his presidency this
Yeah, it's
November.
over. And then 50 Cent performed with the cover of Trump's face on Get Rich or Die Trying. And he did a whole concert with that up behind him, and I thought that was hilarious. This man is getting elected for sure. And then Biden be forgetting people's names and shit. Like he called Kamala Harris Vice President Trump while we were gone. And like, it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. For anybody that, like, listen, I'd rather, however you politically feel about Trump, you have to just consider that whoever the president is has to talk to other world leaders. So he's gonna have to talk to Putin, and he's gonna have to talk to all of them in the different spheres. How the fuck is Biden gonna have a conversation with fucking Putin and not look like a fucking idiot when the thing is done? That's impossible.
Right. I mean, listen, let me tell you something. That was like the presidency, even in the hands of George W. Bush. Like a lot of people don't remember, but like I remember being upset about him winning the presidency because he was a bumbling fucking idiot of a president. Like he threw up in another world leader's lap. He tripped on the carpet. He fucking like had wild bumbling moments. You know what I mean? Just kind of like a real fucking idiot. And so like an embarrassment of the presidency. And like I remember like feeling like, okay, shit is better now with Obama because we had a president that's like, yeah, like now we have a well-spoken, not bumbling idiot for a president, you know? And we went right back to a bumbling fucking idiot with Trump. And then we got Biden, another bumbling idiot. And now we're going to get Trump again, back to the bumbling idiot number 2, you know, after number 3, you know? And everybody, you mentioned it on the trip, I think we were talking about, you said how like George W. had the rebrand, that now he's like a hippie artist or something.
Yeah, no, he became a painter, like fucking with a brush, and he got good with it, and he has, you know, done the whole reflection thing, and like, you got to consider that with how the world turned after Bush's presidency. In hindsight, he's not bad. Like
he definitely is, and it's all cause and effect. And like part of things ending up where they ended up is definitely because of like, even though I didn't like Clinton or his daddy Bush, they carried themselves with a certain amount of like decorum and, you know, not fucking bumbling idiots.
Right.
And so I don't know. I think whenever you got a bumbling idiot for a president, it just looks bad to the rest of the world leaders that aren't fucking bumbling idiots.
I mean,
and
I got a bumbling idiot for a prime minister. I get what you mean.
You know,
I high-key
pretty.
think that Canada's reputation is significantly been impaired by Trudeau's leadership at a global level, because I don't think a lot of people respect Trudeau. Like, there's not... We didn't like Harper, but he carried himself in a more, I guess, presidential way, and people respected us then. But since Trudeau's been in charge, I mean, the guy had the blackface scandal and a whole bunch of other weirdo shit. He's just such a posturing, like, he's a social media whore. Or he was. I don't know, his wife left him. So you're like, why'd your wife leave you in the middle of your run? I don't know. And then I don't think people respect Canada quite the same as back in the day. And it kind of sucks.
Word.
Yeah. I guess President Trump will be back, and then America will be what America bees. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say on this topic.
Oh man, it's pretty much a wrap.
Do you think this is gonna spark more assassination attempts, or do you think this is like the one-off conspiracy theory shit? Because that's the one thing I'm seeing floating around, where people believe it's a plant and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, but those people come out in every event, in every shooting. Every shooting is a false flag to conspiracy theorists, which like begs the question: if everything's a false flag, then what's real? You know, like everything in the world can't be fake, or else we're living in the matrix and we're all plugged into a system. And it's just like, I don't believe that either, bro. Like it really don't. Yeah, I just don't see it. It's hard for me to have that kind of fiction when life is actually good, because I've made it good and I've worked hard to make it good. You know what I mean? Like, this can't be a fictional world. This can't be like some plugged in, because I watch.
Did you freeze?
Life is very
did
fleeting.
freeze.
Oh, damn! Where'd I freeze at?
I freeze? Is it my side? I think my internet got choppy for a second. I don't think it was your side. So if anything got blurry or anything got fucked up with the stream, my bad. Yeah, Chris said the stream froze quick, so apologize that to everyone. My internet got choppy for a second. It looks like it's back up. But you were basically saying, if I'm not mistaken, that reality has to be real based on the fact that you've managed to create something fire for yourself, and so if everything's fake, then what's the point? Or something to that effect.
Yeah. I mean, you know, life is what you make it. Like, yo, we really, it's like so fleeting, and it's so simple to lose, and it's so like we're so minuscule, like, and we don't realize how minuscule we are, most humans, you know, and like that they're like, humans have wild arrogance. That's why you have shit like, you know, depression and suicide, where it's just like there's even meme. I just saw a meme today online that was like a human talking to like a monkey or an animal, and it was like, "Oh, you're such a dumb animal," to the animal, the human, and the animal's like, "You're the only animal on Earth that pays to live on Earth," and it's just like, yo. Humans are pretty fucking dumb. You know what I mean? Like, humans are pretty fucking dumb. We don't appreciate the like finite time that we have. Like, we're not here for an infinite amount of time. We're here for a very finite amount of time. And to not appreciate the gift of this life and to throw it away because like you're so jaded that you want to believe everything is fake, and you know, it's just like, all right, man, enjoy all that shit.
I mean, I just look at it
because
like,
I enjoyed the moment that we had this weekend. in making, a fucking new memory,
No facts.
like I worked hard for that. I'm pretty sure you worked hard for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I think that, and just on that note, it's definitely worth it, because I know some people watching this might have that hesitation in life to go do fancy shit. So I went into this with an expectation that the goal was to try to do fancier shit and not stress it. And the end result was a pretty fucking luxurious vacation. In fact, I met a woman who chose to do the cheap shit with the Airbnb. And when we were discussing it, I was just telling her how amazing, like, bro, we had a rooftop where you could see the ocean to the left and to the right. Like, it's fucking crazy. It was gorgeous. Now, if you just only had the one view from your room, that's not the same experience as being able to be up top, chilling on the roof, hearing the party on all sides. And like, it was, but like,
You just reminded me. I gotta leave a review. Let me know when you leave a review. Did you leave a review on the page?
You just reminded me. I gotta leave a review. I haven't even checked my emails and shit yet.
We both gotta do. I'm pretty sure we'll both try to do the best job we possibly can. I love that shit. I love leaving great reviews. I don't like being a constant. I don't like being a constant negative reviewer. I feel like there's no validity to people. Like when I see that you have a string of negative reviews on your profile, I know that you're just a miserable person.
I don't think I've left a negative review on Airbnb, but
this doesn't. No, I'm saying not you, Holden. A majority of humanity and people out there tend to leave negative reviews only, and only go to leave reviews when it's something that they got negative to say, rather than focusing on the good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would give this a 6-star if I could, because it was slap fire. It was really blessed. But if you're ever hesitant about it, you can always make back the money, but you will regret the cheaper version of the vacation. You won't regret the premium version of it. But you have to live it, though. You have to live it to know that. And it's hard to have that faith, but definitely don't be cheap about your shit. Spend the extra 1,000 or whatever it is, and you will not have a bad time. You can always make the money. Yeah. So I guess we want to go to cinematic perspectives.
Cinematic perspective. Oh.
Okay, getting the link, my bad. Share sound, share. Boom.
Been some dry weeks in cinema releases
Vacation
the
time.
last couple weeks.
Dodge whatever's in there. It's big and it's moving fast. Drive. Go, go, go! Guys, you gotta get out of here. Do you hear me? It's Tyler Owens. Calls himself a tornado wrangler. If you feel it, chase it! I said if you feel it, chase it! All right, here we go. Oh, she's perfect!
She's gorgeous.
You thought you could destroy a tornado.
We never had a chance.
You want one? You don't face your fears. You ride them.
We got twins! Twins!
Is that it? Nope.
Dude, is that like actually a thing people do? Like, do people actually go chase tornadoes and trucks and shit, or is that just some shit they made up for the movie?
No, it's like a thing. They got shows about that shit too. This is the part two to the original that came out back in the like 90s, I think, early 90s.
With the cows and the, I think there's a scene where somebody's head gets
They
sliced by
were-
a car.
They were doing it back then, and that was a thing back then. I mean, they're chasing the science, technically speaking, but they're also like thrill chasing for sure, you know? But it's definitely a thing. Definitely not like a fiction. It's like a thing.
Yeah, that being said, I'm good on the last one. I did watch it. I don't really remember it much. Just a couple of scenes that I feel like pop out, but just watching this trailer has me feeling like it's a mid-attempt at nostalgia, where it will have fun moments and a lot of graphics, but I don't know. It just didn't really suck me in.
I'm not like a big fan. My wife liked the first one. She is into, like, she watched like a show that was based around like storm chasing guys and shit. Storm chasing people. Storm chasers, I guess. So we'll probably end up watching it when it comes to streaming. But like, I'm not really like, you know, I tell you this, I don't know what you said when I had mentioned that like it's been slow for movies, but like it's been slow for movies for a reason. And like right now, nothing's coming out the weeks leading up to the big movie release that no other movie theater wants to compete with, because they don't want to risk going up against the other big movie and losing, you know? And like then like losing a movie that they invested like 500 million into making, you know?
Right.
And next week is Wolverine and Deadpool is coming out. And so like it's expected to be like the movie, one of the like big movies of the summer, you know? So no other studios puts out anything big, but they're also like not putting out really like much of anything as well. Like it's almost like they're saving the indie flicks and everything.
Right.
But we got another trailer, and it is a documentary. So let's check this out. Thought this would be kind of interesting. Love story.
Love is like heights. The fear never goes away. You just get better at facing it.
Well, then you're not gonna put it
Sometimes I would look down at the city, and I couldn't believe how we had gotten here.
Illegally climbing buildings.
Known as rooftoppers, their videos are exploding across the internet.
This extreme life, this expanded state of mind, it's essential for me.
Vanya made it into a career, but I had the creative touch. As an artist, you need to express yourself. Now we were more than just daredevils. Now we were telling a story. A love story.
Если мы с тобой что-то вот это безумное творим, я тебе обещаю, что я всегда буду рядом с тобой.
Our mission became climbing the last super skyscraper on the planet.
Merdeka 118 will tower a staggering 2,200 feet above Asia.
This climb is more important than all the others. It's also the highest risk. Panic attacks on heights. This is a wake-up call.
А ты действительно хочешь, чтобы я перестала лазить на крышу?
Это опасно, Ангел.
Толпа рабочих.
Спалили этот стопудняк.
Давай.
Сейчас охранник наверху.
Security always has a blind spot, but prisons here are hardcore.
We're so far from who we used to be.
Ты куда хватаешься вообще?
Мне не надо говорить, что мне надо, что мне не надо.
This climb was supposed to bring us back together.
If Vanya stumbles, I fall into the abyss. Of course, I'm afraid to die. But I believe our full potential is on the other side of fear.
I could tell you one thing. I would physically sweat reacting to the height shots in that movie. Like, I would have a physical reaction to that
Like
shit.
you at home.
So we watched this one where these two girls climb a tower for whatever reason and are just on the tower for like a day or whatever.
I think it's called the tower or some shit like that. Or the climb. I think.
I physically had reactions watching this movie, like sweat coming out of me, like I was on the tower and my body was just like, fuck, like we be on a roller coaster or something, just watching the fucking movie. But I am way more into this than a lot of them because that looks so nifty, and it's a nice looking love story of some crazy like Russian types climbing shit. And it happened, so I'm way more invested because do they make it to the top? Does security get them? I'm willing to sit through the whole rest of the movie to find out.
You're willing to have the physical sweats.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's like being on a roller coaster. I'm not. It's just like awkward in terms of being around people, but like. Yo, I'm so down to by myself. Like it's like getting the shroom sweats. So like I'm just down to in the privacy of being alone, trip the fuck out on some shit. Yeah, because I watched that other one and I'm like, it wasn't bad. It was just intense.
But
yeah,
I'm gonna definitely check it out. I like stories like this. I like documentary movies and docu-flick movies. I'm gonna definitely watch it. It comes out this Friday on Netflix for free.
But so yeah, I guess that comes to the what we're doing in the upcoming week part of the show as we move to the outro. So what are you up to this week?
Back to work. Got some jobs to complete. Got a few jobs to go out there and do. Gonna get in the studio with Jess James and me and Jess James got some Liddy Bro shit we did with Frank Stacks. Rap is a Joke. Shouts out to Rap is a Joke, who recently had Drake rocking their t-shirt merch on his Instagram and saw an amazing spike in everything. Spike in everything. And Frank has always been a good businessman, smart, intelligent, and he already had his store set up. So people searched Rap as a Joke and they got Rap as a Joke. He got to sell all sorts of merch. Shouts to Frank Stacks. Shouts to L Money. Shouts to Rap as a Joke. Those are my homies. Yeah. So then I got that, and then I got the studio Monday before we do the show, because I was supposed to go Sunday, but my engineer had to change it to Monday. So before the show, I'll be doing the show from the cab on my way home from the studio. Yeah.
Right.
Also, rest in peace to Richard Simmons and Shannon Doherty. Doherty or Daughtry?
Doherty?
I don't know.
Doherty? I don't know.
Doherty? I don't know. But shouts, rest in peace to them. I thought that we should cover that. We usually cover like
And Dr.
major...
Ruth also died.
Dr. Ruth also died?
Yeah. She died within the same 24-hour period as the other ones. There's also another one that died, but I don't remember her name. So there's like 4 of them that passed. But yeah, Dr. Ruth, she helped a lot of people have better sex. So she deserves a rest in peace, because on some real shit, I don't think we'd be in this as liberal place as we are without Dr. Ruth teaching people about female orgasms and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she would have crushed the podcast era if she was around today.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, those are the deaths.
All right, Chris. Well, that's not helpful. You Google it.
Lewis something. Anyway. But yeah, I'm going to see a wrestling show this Saturday because TNA is coming to town, and I saw how cheap the tickets were, and I said, you know what? I would like to see Jeff Hardy perform live once in my life. And like, you know what? After going to the strip club, I think watching wrestling is just the dude version of like strip club athletics put out into a mat with like a whole drama storyline. But like, that girl on the pole, bro, may as well have been Rey Mysterio 619ing a motherfucker. I'm just putting it out there. And it just... Anyway,
horrible comparison.
Very facts. It came into my head and I said it, and whatever. I'm going to see wrestling because I want to see Jeff Hardy perform. I thought that would be really cool. I'll probably know a bunch of people who are there, so that'll be a nice, different type of thing. I'm sure there's shows and stuff going on. I don't know, but I have to go Uber again and get back into working and go grind again, because Bonnie and I will be going to look at whales and shit in a month, so I gotta make sure everything's in proper order. And then I want to just make sure the next shit's going, because I mean, shit, I got United Airline money to spend now. That won't be free, so I gotta go stack up some more. And then probably start recording again, because like I was waiting for this trip to kind of like recharge and find a different energy or wave than the mopey shit I was on beforehand. And now I feel a lot more happy and inspired on some like fucking go live my best life shit. So now I want to go fucking record all this music I've been waiting to record and make better creative choices than I would have made before this trip. And yeah, I'm excited to start getting into that. And then I don't know, I have no idea what I'm honestly doing. I still have to go through everything. I got home way later than expected, so I didn't get to like catch up for the week. But I will say, I'm gonna invest in some Nike Tech gear and shit like that. This woman in front of me on the plane that I met in line getting onto the plane, she was in a Nike Tech outfit, and I'm like, well, fuck. Flacco was just telling me about this shit, and look how comfy she looks and everything. I'm gonna buy one of them.
You didn't see how comfy I was? I was in a fucking t-shirt, pants, and a hoodie. In black. In 93-degree weather.
Didn't really think about it.
I was so comfortable. I didn't sweat a bit or a drop. I didn't feel hot. I felt cool the entire time. Like, even in the heat, you feel wildly cool. You know what I mean?
But
like,
because I hadn't gotten the cheaper shirt.
That's why you see, when you see farm migrant workers working, you see them dressed head to toe, long sleeve pants, and then a hat with something that covers their back. And they try to cover their front too. And all they leave essentially is their fucking eyes, because working in the sun every day, it's brutal. And the only way that you work in the sun like that is by wearing long sleeve, long pants. It's 2024 though, and like even they wear tech clothes in the farms because, you know, well, the ones that can afford it, you know, but like also like it's not that unaffordable. So it's just like it's literally everywhere. I see Mexican indigenous type Oaxacans. Why did I say that so white just now? Oaxacans
You just
and
spent too much time around me.
right. Uh Mexicans like that they just are going to sell churros in the New York City subway system, and they're dressed in tech clothes, tech tights, the women, you know, because that shit literally it absorbs all the sweat and keeps you feeling cool while like keeps you warm from like the air, like like I don't ever feel cold in the air conditioning. While I used to, before tech gear, I used to wear shorts and all this other shit. And when I do that, and then I get on the train, like it's hot outside, then you get on the train and it's cold on the train, and you're getting cold and chilly because you're not fucking wearing anything, right?
Right.
Like not tech sweats, not tech gear. Like you're wearing long sleeve pants in the hot heat, but you feel cooler than if you were wearing
Yo,
shorts.
Bonnie, if you're listening still,
Literally.
I really high key recommend it because like I got the two tech, not like the Nike brand, but like they were the same tech shits or whatever, like, and the material, and like I was walking around in the sun when we went to the fort wearing that shirt, and it was like, wow, this is pleasant. It's just like really like how to handle the heat, and especially now that Montreal be getting hot as fuck, it is a way to deal with these sunny days when you're trying to avoid the sun. That yeah, I'm gonna basically buy a bunch of that shit.
Yeah. Definitely I work with guys that can't take the sun, white guys clearly, right? That can't like wear, and they wear tech, hoodie, everything, working in it, you know, because it also like it does so well for like workouts, and like it's literally meant for working out. So wearing it when you're working is like all the way like professional shit that is across the board happening in almost all industries, you know. And it's because it's functional. It literally is functional for all the professionals. So it's like for a civilian who's not doing anything but like trying to maybe avoid some sun, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be work fucking perfectly for you. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
but like it's possible for people who overheat, like like some people just can't handle the heat that well, and if they like don't manage it right, like this is a solution that they need.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Otherwise, I guess I don't know. Get myself oriented for the rest of the week. Still, I got home fucking late. I think I only got my homie drove me home, and then we smoked a joint in front of my place. So I only actually got into my apartment at like 3 a.m. because we were just shooting the shit for like an hour after. Because we just been up to like 4 a.m, and now we're just sitting there shooting the shit with my dude who just drove me home. We're smoking a joint on the way back from the airport, and I'm like, it was good. It was like the perfect way to like close off the shit. It was nice.
What?
But yeah, appreciate y'all watching this. We'll be back next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we've been doing. We'll have a whole new show.
Check out the Liddy Bros page. We just dropped a new single, a new song called Graduation. Liddy Bros with 3 Ys.
And then yeah, check out the social medias as we start posting stuff. I got like a fuck ton of footage. We'll figure out what we do with it all. Appreciate everyone who tuned in and watched, and live long and prosper everyone out there.